Last
I'm
we
done
left.
here.
All right. Last we left our adventurers, you had slain the agent of the Crimson Court Vane during a bloody conflict in the town hall of Brineport. But during the conflict, you had lost a great friend, that being M. After the
And then
battle
we saved him.
after the battle concluded and Vane fell, the portal behind her throne was still open, uh, and falling to its beckoning, Jacob entered. As he did, the arcane gate closed behind him. After Jacob's
And nobody was metagaming.
After Jacob's disappearance, the remaining members of Zyre's postal service made the decision to travel south to the walled city of Garum to get answers from an old friend. On their way there, in the middle of the Bronze Desert, multiple days' travel from any civilization, Jacob was found lying in the sand with strange notes written down on his arm, detailing the terms to an agreement. Knowing the strange circumstances of his disappearance, Zyre and Kodri were cautious about bringing Jacob with them into the city of Garum, believing it could be a liability if conflict was to erupt. After much consideration, he was brought along.
It.
It? What do you mean?
Nothing.
Okay.
You called him an it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have a recording.
Okay, so you want to go back and see?
Ludwig helped the party become reunited again with M, and with the worst behind them, our adventurers traveled back to their home in the Ionis coast. However, as they traveled, Jacob's condition declined. The group would frequently be disturbed by murmurs of Jacob as he slept. Dama, Jensbach, Lukrix, Benzia. Despite concerns, Jacob insisted on continuing. After returning to Pendle, Jacob secluded himself away from others, locking himself in his room at the bakery. For 3 weeks, the behavior persisted, slowly driving the group apart, until one night, under the cover of darkness, Jacob disappeared without a trace, taking nothing with him except for the clothes on his back. Search parties were formed, but with no stone left unturned, there was nothing. We continue our story 2 weeks after Jacob's disappearance in the small, quiet town of Pendle. So, just some other prefaces for the other members of the group who are not joining us. Seeking better opportunities, Erica left Pendle to continue her studies back in Silverstone.
Thank the Lord.
Anja returned home to the warm sands of the Bronze Desert to protect her home from the ever-roving bands of Thrycreen, threatening the settlers closer and closer to Garum. With low business, the Postal Service had been... With low business in the Postal Service... Sorry, this is a shit sentence that I wrote very poorly. That I was trying to get across that the Postal Service had been slow, leaving Zyre plenty of time to father his growing child, Galul. After reuniting with his former crewmates, Svil had gone back to roving with his pirate gang. Other than that, things continued as normal. Just a little bit quieter. So, Kodri, Zyre, what were you guys up to over the course of those 2 quiet weeks without Jacob?
I mean, I'd probably be trying to figure out what the heck happened to him.
Anything particular that you would have been doing?
I don't think there's any. I don't think there's going to be any information in this small town, so.
I mean, asking around, which everyone has been doing, especially Ilya.
We already investigated his room for clues.
Yes. Investigating his room, there didn't seem to be anything pointing in any possible direction. Even along with that, search parties being formed, nothing has been able to be found.
I think our best bet would be traveling outside of the town to find information. But I'm not sure if.
Well,
Well, we have a guy who has a big network, right?
I was gonna say, either way, as before any real action can be pursued outside of the town, a familiar wagon you would likely see from wherever you might be. Zyre in the Postal Service, Kodri with her family. From the north, a wagon rolling into town.
Our main man?
Led by the very familiar figure dressed in purple with bells jingling from his sleeves and his hat, Tabarin. As he enters,
Zyre's gonna run out to meet him.
As you run up to him, his horse kind of a little bit concerned with the oncoming figure stops and turns away, and Tabarin seems extremely overjoyed to see you guys.
Wait, says, Max, do we still have axe beaks?
Yes. Yes, I believe you do still have those.
Just put it down. I should probably put that on my character sheet.
Yeah, you're good. You can throw it down there now or later. But either way, I know that there is at least enough for the two of you right now, and I believe there were like 4.
Our tiny broken little family.
Yep. So, Tabarin quickly leaps off the cart, saying, "Zyre, it is such a joy to see you again. I have word has reached me about Jacob's disappearance."
Yep.
How is
gone without a trace?
Well, how is everyone doing here?
I mean, he was kind of gone long before, wouldn't you say, Kodri? Since he went to that board, he wasn't acting right.
Yeah. Doesn't mean I'm not worried about him, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, you have anything on him?
Well, I did actually come bearing some good news, but in a roundabout sort of way.
Oh.
Me and my humble associates fighting against the Crimson Court may have... We do not have a lead, but after all we heard about Jacob's condition, what happened, it's likely them to blame. That being said, I am not alone in my travels, and around about this time, 2 figures would be leaving from the back of the wagon. One heavily cloaked to the point where you cannot see a face. The other, Darwin, please describe yourself.
You see a tall human male in his early 20s. He has straight black hair that kind of naturally points up in the front. He's wearing chainmail armor with pauldrons adorning each shoulder and a few bits of leather around. He has a backpack over his shoulder, a patchwork kind of cloak that just seems to be made out of random fabrics. And on his side is a few pieces of parchment tightly bound together with some string.
Who are these?
Well, this here, Tabarin puts his gloved hand on your back, Darwin. This would be Darwin. He assisted me in arriving here safely.
Hi.
Without him, I probably would not be here right now.
Hello.
Hey.
What?
How are you? How are you guys doing? I'm Darwin.
Pleasure to meet you. Any friend of this, Zare's gonna kind of gesture to Tamarind, this, would you say geezer would it be an appropriate word? Is a friend of mine.
Tabarin.
Tamarind's a certified geezer after dying.
I would not consider myself a geezer, but
Sounds like something a geezer would say.
all right.
Geezer.
And this is an associate of mine, Seer, and the very hunched figure. After you can tell, likely, this person would be far taller should they not be entirely hunched over.
Like you?
Yeah, sure. They're about the level of around 5 feet, but you can tell they'd be a little bit taller, or a lot of bit taller if they were to kind of unhunch themselves, stand up straight. But you hear them kind of reach out a hand. Hello, friend, sire. Reach out a hand to you.
Hello?
You shake his hand.
Sure.
So you reach out and you see a very familiar, kind of twisted,
You think I recognize
scaled
this guy's hand,
hand.
but not his voice?
Not his voice, but you recognize the skin to be the same as the Nothics.
I'm sorry. I think that's kind of funny. Like I recognize this. Wait, the same as what?
The Nothics. The
The
one
Nothics?
What?
the one-eyed inquisitor creatures that were
You fought them as an
Oh.
alligator, Haley.
Oh, those guys.
Yeah.
Oh, hi,
Hello there, friend.
friend.
He reaches out a hand to you, Kodri. While still shaking Zyre's hand with one hand, he reaches out another hand to Kodri. Hello, friend Kodri.
Zare's gonna reach over his other hand.
Take his hand, kinda.
Zare's gonna reach with his other hand to get Kodri's hand, so we're all shaking hands.
Yes, friends.
This
This is
kind
good,
of suspicious of the.
Anyone want to get in on this
Wizard.
action?
What? Oh, no, thank you. What is
Okay,
going on
suit
here?
yourself.
The creature says, "Me and Darwin are already good friends."
Then why won't Darwin shake hands?
Darwin, you shake hands?
I can shake hands. Yes. Whose hands am I shaking?
Join the circle.
It'll become more of a square when I join.
The creature
Join the square.
moves onto one leg, displaying acrobatic proficiency. As its foot also kind of resembles a hand, very maneuverable.
I
Is
take
M
his
here?
foot.
Is M here? Is M here?
M is currently still inside the post office right now.
You know, Kodri, I really think we should get him in here. He'd love this. What?
Sure, I'll get him. I go
Who's
get
them?
M.
Who's them?
He's interesting.
M's my best friend, besides Kodri.
I'm gonna go get M.
My
Okay.
most beloved creature, besides maybe my daughter.
While you are off getting M, Tabarin has both hands behind, like kind of crossed behind him.
You know, Tabarin,
Yeah,
I used to think
while
you
they
were
go
a cat.
do that, Darwin's gonna walk over to Tavern and just say, "Hey, I read some of your books. You I read one called Hardwood. I thought it was about like woodworking, It was not. I think you need to hide your smut better.
Well, if you weren't going through my books, you wouldn't have to
It
be
was right
worrying
there
about
on the
that.
shelf. It was.
Who would read a book all about hardwood, anyways?
I'm a carpenter.
Sounds like a you problem, buddy.
If I take you along on my travels, you better respect
Yeah,
the
I'm
carriage.
sorry if it fell off the shelf when we like hit a bump and I grabbed it. I thought, oh, it's good. And it was not.
Was Liera in it?
Who?
Please, sire.
Was she? Were there any mentions to weird misty moth women?
Okay.
There was a dryad.
Okay.
I read the back of the book.
Oh, you didn't actually read the book?
No.
Good.
Sire.
Good. Yes.
I could be giving you a lead on finding Jacob as well as a surefire cure.
I'm gonna put my hand on his back. You know, as someone who had a wife, I could give you a lead on how to bag a lady. Just saying.
Sire, I greatly appreciate your concern, but I am well able.
Really?
And
How's that working out for you, by the way?
fantastically. Now, please, if
How
I may,
fantastically? Tell me in a word.
if I may,
I want to hear him say it, Max.
around about this time, Quadri is able to come back with them.
God. Throw me a bone.
Waddles up to the tavern. Hey there, purple man. Tavern kind of goes, hello, creature.
Kodri kind of just face palms immediately.
Whoa, what is that?
This is M. He's our greatest treasure. I love him like I love my own child.
Is he a machine?
I guess you could say that.
Like he
I'm
has
still
flesh
not
and
entirely sure what he is.
Yeah, so you see this kind of like fleshy machine creature right here.
Okay.
Little wings on the back.
Can those allow him to fly?
Yeah, I can fly. M starts flying.
Whoa, those look way too small to. Wow. How are you doing
I'm gonna
that?
start clapping politely. Very
Yeah.
good, M. Very good.
Darwin will also kind of like clap.
Despite all known laws of aviation, this shouldn't work.
Don't you dare.
Okay. Moving on.
Okay.
M.
Well, nice meeting you all.
So,
Isn't it?
what are we all here for?
Well,
Tabarin has like a cure for like stone people, I think.
yes, the stone curse of High Kinnear. We discussed, was on my radar after you all ventured there and met Vane for the first time. After doing a good amount of sleuthing, our associates, meaning friends of ours, gesturing to the creature he called Seer. After we picked up on our radar, we believe that another agent of the Crimson Court will be meeting in Silverstone. We believe that they likely possess a high-powered antidote to the stone curse.
Okay, so what do you want us to do?
Well, I understand our friend Darwin is still here.
Hi.
Darwin is actually on his way to Silverstone right now. And he is...
Well, we can't really go to Silverstone.
Why not?
And I have heard. So, my way around that. Darwin is a merchant of bringing dwarven goods from the north
Hi.
to Silverstone in order to assist in their war effort. Now, despite our own thoughts about the war, this shipment in could be a good method in order to get Zaire and Kodri into the walls in order to interfere with this Crimson Court meeting. Darwin, you don't know anything about this Crimson Court that he's talking about.
Yeah, he just said things. I'm like, what is going on? Like, he has an extremely confused and like kind of scared look on his face. Like, a lot of things have bombarded him at once.
Yeah.
He's just like, I have no clue what's going on. Can someone fill me in?
Is he asking that?
Yeah, he said this out loud.
Oh, well, we'd call it a conspiracy, right?
A conspiracy. Yeah, I've heard
Something
of the
like that.
term.
Well, Darwin, what is really important to you is that you
I'm
will
sorry.
be
Every
held-
time you say Darwin, I just picture the fish from Gumball. Like, I know how you describe yourself, but I'm just picturing the fish from Gumball, like, standing there. It's really like giving me joy.
Making you happy.
I'm so happy.
All right. Well, what is important about this this adventure is, or this expedition, is that you will be transporting the three of these folks, gesturing to Seer alongside Zaire and Kodri, into the walls, the inner walls of Silverstone.
Why can't they get in themselves?
Silverstone doesn't accommodate
Accommodate. Silverstone is a burgeoning place for hate crimes. They don't much like the monstrosities.
before the war, which caused Chiliet to fall. The Maghleb Empire was hostile towards the Ionis coast as well as the Bronze Desert, making hobgoblins not very welcome there,
Oh.
as well as the Tritons, some of which caused trouble to fishing and trade,
Okay.
and
This is...
the Nothics. And you haven't actually seen under the hood yet of the thing he calls Seer, but
Yeah, he's kind of been like... He like looked at them while they were in the cart together, just kind of like...
you've
"I'm
seen
here
like
for it."
you've seen like a weird glowing coming from under the cloak, but that's about it. And you've seen the kind of from from like the edge of his cloak, you've seen his hands and
Yeah.
such.
Silverstone doesn't like anybody who couldn't pass as human.
Uh-huh.
Very true.
Or otherwise any of their allies.
Uh-huh.
Elves.
So,
Well,
Didn't we
Do you
see elves
feel?
in Silverstone?
Hmm?
Didn't we see elves in Silverstone?
yeah.
Yes, they like elves. How do you feel about elves, Severin?
What's in the big light unlikely?
Well, there aren't too many here in Elor. Haven't had to run in with too many,
Mm-hmm.
but they are all fairly well adjusted to human society.
And we're not.
I never said that.
Mm-hmm. Severin microaggression moments.
Oh god.
Mm-hmm. Whatever, buddy.
Either way, I want you to go there, and I want you to...
And do what now?
Your primary objective will be to get the cure for the stone curse of Hykenir.
Where is the cure?
the stone curse of Iconier. I think
Wait,
I've
where
heard of
is the cure?
Iconier, but the stone... What?
Inside of Silverstone,
Where
There-
inside of Silverstone?
in the upper district, it should be in a basement of a building marked with a bleeding rose.
How do you know all this?
Our network has many agents inside the upper district, as well as infiltrated into the Crimson Court itself. This is a lead that we've been building on for quite a long time. We're lucky to have it.
I'm sorry, but you guys keep on saying these things, and I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, I would be happy to help, but I don't know what's going on.
Darwin, your main goal is to get these folks into the inner wall.
Okay.
If they need
I
your
can-
help from there, they'll ask for it.
Okay,
But I
can do
appreciate
that.
your offer. I know that you are a very good person who
I do my best.
can do some pretty good things, but we don't want to drag you into it if you don't need to be.
I assume you're helping people. Mostly because I heard
Hey, where are the
something
paper
called a
towels?
stone curse,
Yes.
and I heard the word cure.
Yes. These he kind of like looks to the rest of the group for a second, and then Tabarin says, "Yes, these folks are harboring a cure for a dreadful disease, which has infected everyone on an island, leaving them petrified. And these folks
Huh.
are looking to be taking it back and curing those inflicted."
Okay.
What's the plan after we get into the city?
After you get into the city, locate the building with the rose.
Bleeding red rose.
Yes, the bleeding rose should be possibly a insignia on the side of the building, a label on it. It's unsure right now. But
Will this be dangerous?
the basement of that building should be their meeting place.
So this will be dangerous, is what I'm hearing.
Possibly.
When is it not?
I have no clue what's going
They'll be meeting there in 4 days.
on. And how long does it take to get to Silverstone?
You should be able to get there in no more than 2.
Okay. Well, are we walking?
You should be able to travel. You guys have a wagon, correct? 2 horses.
Yeah.
No, you let your horses go.
I have axe beaks.
We have axe beaks that pull the wagon.
All right, you have
Axe beaks. I love axe beaks.
All right, so you have 4 axe beaks and a wagon.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and say that yes, you can use those axe beaks to pull the wagon. And it wouldn't be too out of the ordinary. It's a little bit awkward, but for dwarves, it's not.
Have I even met an axe beak?
They're more common the farther north you get. So I'd say
Okay, so probably.
yeah, you'd probably see 1 or 2, but not from anyone's ownership, just from people traveling.
Yeah.
Sorry, you have illusion magic, right? You can disguise yourself.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you, man?
Huh? What?
Do you have illusion magic so you can
I
disguise
was asking
yourself?
you, Sire.
Me?
She wasn't the
Oh,
one being
geez.
asked.
Oh. well,
Zyre's
my
ears aren't
earrings-
serving him too well.
My earrings. Okay, geezer. I don't need it from you, Mister.
I was not Tabarin talking. You're hearing things.
Oh, I don't need it from you, Max. Hold on.
Fuck you, God.
I don't
Oh,
need it
boy.
from you, you seahorse, lamp-loving, disgusting, perverted god.
Okay.
Owned.
Jesus.
Dab.
All right.
Whenever I see the character
What is
Martin
Zaire's
Breakdowns,
response?
I lose it. Zaire's response is, you see Zaire like shuffling on his feet for a second, kind of puts his thumbnail in his mouth, bites it, goes eat and then says, "Now,
So
would it
what's
just
the
be a problem
plan?
if you walked around with me?
yes. Well, last time didn't we just wear heavy cloaks and hope for the best? Y'all, I'm pirating my textbook.
Go for it.
All right.
I'm pretty sure I used wild shape to sneak around.
I am.
I think I just hid under my cloak and hoped for the best.
Yeah.
Nothing
I
wrong
mean,
with
it's
that.
risky, but
There should be some crafters up there that I can like.
Maybe I can find myself a nice mask. That's what the mask is.
I could make a mask.
Out of hardwood. Zaire's gonna waggle his eyebrows like a. Yeah.
Not. I don't know what to say here.
No one ever does.
I could make it out of wood. Yeah.
Well, what's important is that you get in and you locate the place. After you find the place, you can hide for the night or anything that you must do. We'll be meeting at midnight. I trust you to be able to get there, and I know that you're able.
Okay.
Are there
So
any?
how am I transporting these two in?
They should have a wagon, correct?
Okay.
Would that be correct? You have a postal service after all.
Yes, we have a wagon. We do. We just haven't really successfully delivered anything yet, but that's coming.
You can help me successfully deliver my goods to Silverstone.
Oh, Coach, it's our first job. Actually, I think we've had a first job before. We just didn't do well at it.
I
Okay.
have a lot of raw materials that I'm supposed to be transporting. A few weapons. So
Well, if you are
Yeah.
if you are able, perhaps a good side project while on your travels, you can make a small place for 3 people to hide in this wagon in order to get it through the.
Oh, they're hiding?
Well, as we said before,
I thought I was
hobgoblins and
just gonna like.
tritons, as well as nothics,
Oh,
aren't
okay.
very
Well, I
well.
could make a bunch of crates, and because I do have you help me load a few small crates in. I could create large crates for these folks.
Okay, that works perfectly.
Okay.
You still
well,
have you have the raw materials like wood and stuff in there, right?
Yeah, I
All
do.
right. I'd say that you probably have enough gold pieces and value of wood to make a crate, pot like with a false bottom, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You think position of absolute domination is appropriate for a school essay, like that phrase?
I think so.
Good
Perfect.
question.
I'm so ready. Let's do this thing.
All right. Well, I must be getting south. I should be
What? Why?
duty calls in Garum.
Okay,
And
let me
I
just
should
grab
be-
some of my
What's
goods off
Gara?
your wagon.
Garum, capital of the Bronze Desert. You have been there before?
Oh, you're going back there with the old ones?
I'm sorry?
He's going back to the ones like the guys we saved before, right?
Doesn't a dragon run that place?
Yes.
Oh, okay, my bad. I'm thinking of the wrong thing.
Yeah. So he is intending on going to Garum. And
What are you doing in Garum?
I hope to appeal to Emperor Nassar and hopefully getting some assistance in relief efforts for High Kinnear.
Oh, Caudry had a great idea. You turn into a moth. And then, you know, the more I think, the more I say it out loud, the less of a good idea it sounds. It's like you could turn into a moth, and I'd kiss the moth, and we could, like, you know, like, it's like, you know, like, make fun of Tabarin. But then I was like, that'd be kind of creepy, you know? Like, I don't feel comfortable kissing moth Caudry, let alone Caudry. And then what if Tabarin just leaves and, like, dies or something on embarrassment?
Why are you
What?
saying this out loud?
Sire,
I just said this,
well,
You
I
ever
already have
think
my
you
provisions. I'm going to be traveling south.
Okay, I'm gonna make a moth with my hands and kiss my hands.
Tabarin has already loaded up onto his wagon.
Tabarin, look at me, look at me.
He
Wait, let
begins-
me grab one last crate before. Okay, you can go.
Look at
he
me.
begins moving.
Look at no, Tabarin, come back.
He reaches a speed above that which you can walk.
Max, make him look back.
He looks back for a brief moment.
He sees me kissing my hands, my moth hands.
He's already seen it. He turns
Oh.
back to the road and continues on.
Man, he'll never bag his girl.
Well,
Because she's a bug.
how much for a week of provisions?
A week of provisions. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I have provisions. I have 20 rations.
alright, hold on. I need to actually get my DM screen to tape it above my monitor so I can have it. Because that has all of the information for that sort of stuff. Stuff that you were just asking. So,
Ration costs 5 gold pieces. Well, sorry, 5 gold pieces for 10. So we're half gold piece for 1.
yeah, so for your common ration, that will be 5 silver, yep. I believe.
Yeah, it's 5 silver.
Or at least that's a comfortable meal, so. We're
I'm
gonna be
a
using
comfortable meal. Dab.
that. Yes, you are, Alicia.
He did it.
I did it.
Dun dun dun.
Yep. Alright. So,
So how much again?
5 silver per ration. You can purchase as many as you'd like.
Speed world.
Me do
Speed world.
math.
Speed world.
Bead World.
Tabarin world. Max, you gotta throw us more stuff. This is what's keeping the campaign alive. Tabarin simpage for a moth, dude. You think Tabarin would love her if she was still a moth?
That smut book joke, like, locked and loaded for, like, the past 3 days.
You were the worst, actually.
It would have been okay. Now next time you see him, ask him about his moth book. Let's run it. Let's run it through, guys. Let's get some continuity.
I was literally just
Continuity.
thinking, like, I was just thinking, like, I remember me and Alicia talking about how he had, like, a self-insert fan fiction with his patron. So I was thinking, what if he just had a smut book that was just with a wood dry?
Well,
Next time we see him, we'll make that happen.
you guys.
That's my favorite part of the campaign. Trolling Trapper idiot.
Well,
Poor idiot. Oh, I missed that.
you now have a destination in place. What would you guys like to be doing? M is alongside you. Galol is inside the post office right now. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm
Darwin
ready as
is-
I'll ever be.
Darwin's just kind of standing there like, I'm supposed to be making you all boxes to hide in?
Yes. Should we bring M closer or should we leave? I think we should leave them behind, given what happened last time.
Yeah.
But I'll miss him.
I still do not understand what M is.
M kind of pipes up.
Me
He's like,
neither.
listen, if I would have made that hit, I think I could have taken her down.
Who? What? What is happening? What?
Our little buddy here almost died. Well, he did die.
I died.
What was that? What in the? Oh. Okay.
He died.
That's terrifying.
You too could also die.
I faced things that have
Sire.
tried to kill me before. I'm okay with that.
Get ready for M. M, show him your stabbing skills.
Oh god.
And no.
As soon as you say that, he
Yeah.
pulls out a shield.
All
If
right.
M tries to stab this kid, I am going to restrain him.
Well, M is going to try to stab this kid. As soon as you said show him, he already knew what was happening, whipped out the dagger, did a quick
What do I
stab.
roll to stop it?
I pulled out my shield.
You sure did pull out your shield, but did you do it in time?
Probably
Well,
not.
it's not like he'll hit.
All
Without my
right.
shield, my AC is
Max,
18.
Just so you
Well,
know,
he
I
got
am
a
trying to
critical
stop
hit.
Fuck. I'm so sorry.
him. What about me trying to stop him?
Unfortunately, you are unable to react in time.
Oh no!
Wow. That what first roll of the new campaign. That should actually be 8.
Okay, I
Eight
take
from
8
10?
hit points of damage.
Yep, as M stabs you directly in the thigh.
Oh, ow, 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 ow. Please, no, stop. I take
Em-
out my shield.
M raises both of his hands above his arms. He says, "I did it.
Ow, please don't do
Oh,
that again.
God,
That
ow.
hurt
I
real
showed him the
bad.
stabbing skills.
Oh, I need to work on my chainmail. How
I'm
did
so
you
good at
pierce-
stabbing."
I'm...
How
Codre's
did you
just gonna
pierce
try to, like,
chainmail?
herd him away.
I'm so sorry. I really didn't think that went through. Huh? Really dropped
He
the ball on
pierced-
that one.
He pierced chainmail.
He is a determined thing.
I cast mending on my armor.
Yeah, you're over the course of a minute, your armor is very slowly mended together.
Yeah. Ow. That hurt a lot.
You see the Nothic kind of he's already kind of slinked out of sight. Just kind of by his strange nature, he's kind of on the corner of conversation.
Yeah,
I am so sorry.
I'm going to just cast Cure Wounds on myself real quick. Just like,
Go ahead.
it's just, ow, that hurt.
All right. So M has shown off his stabbing skills with a
7, okay.
instant critical hit. First
I'm
roll.
Even with that healing, I'm still technically, he still have damage on me.
Yeah, you're 1 point down.
Well, luckily we won't be
Amazing.
going anywhere for like a week. So
Yeah, you should be fine.
Yeah.
So you guys, the Nothic kind of pipes up. He says, "We have 3 days to make it to The
Oh
Silverstone.
God, you're still here? Thought you
Yes,
left.
I am here.
Yeah, he does
Friends?
that.
Francir is
Yeah,
still
because I
here.
was gonna leave in a moment. But you weren't there. You can open it again.
Francir
Right.
is here.
How?
I see her. Okay, well, I can spend, like, it should take me a few hours to make these crates.
Okay.
So I will go make those crates.
All right. So, are you making the crate? Are you guys setting out and making the crates on the way, or will you be
I
making the
was-
crates in town?
I was hopefully going to make the crates in town,
All right.
and because it would be a lot harder on the road.
Of course. Yeah. So you're able to scavenge together. You'd have nails as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. So with your rudimentary, do you have carpenter's tools?
I do have carpenter's tools.
Okay. So yeah, you'd be able to, with your carpenter's tools, your hand saw, hammer, nails, you're able to make a pretty rudimentary crate.
Okay.
This wouldn't really need a contest, as crates are a fairly easy,
Yeah.
very standard thing to create.
Even
However,
if it did, I have a channel divinity.
yeah. However, for the effectiveness of the hidden compartment, I would like to make you roll, unless you have that channel divinity you want to use.
I can simply use my channel divinity, Artisan's Blessing.
Okay. What does that exactly do again?
You can use your channel divinity to conduct an hour-long ritual that crafts a non-magical item that must include some metal, a simple martial weapon, yada yada yada. Can be no more than 100 gold pieces.
Okay. Yeah, I am still gonna have you make a... Let's just do a...
Carpenter's tools check.
Yeah, an intelligence carpenter's tools check.
I have a plus nothing to my intelligence, but I have a plus 3 to my proficiency since I'm proficient with carpenter's tools.
All right, go ahead.
17.
Yeah, so over the course of that hour, you were able to create... do you want to make 3 or 2?
I would make 3.
Okay.
And I wouldn't use my channel divinity here since I had to roll anyways. So.
You were able to make 3 crates, all of which with hidden compartments activated by hinges, that can fairly uncomfortably sit 1 medium creature each. It's a tight squeeze, but it is possible. A little bit of finagling and curling up into a fetal position, as well as probably not having their backpacks on, stuff like that. Measures will have to be made in order to go through that. But alas, you have created your crates. Now, while he's been doing that, he's been taking an hour. Kadri and Zaire, what are you guys up to?
I'm just getting provisions.
All right, so you'd be getting your
Well-
food and such.
I'd be
Max.
going. When are we gonna leave?
You wouldn't know, but whenever he's done with the crates, so
So soon. Okay.
yeah.
Then I'm gonna go be making arrangements with Galo. I'm gonna go special service. I'm gonna Galo.
This would be in Goblin. Should be saying, "Yeah, Zaire."
And I'm gonna have to go out of town for a bit, so we're gonna have to go stay with Miss insert Jacob mother's name here for a bit.
Ilya.
Gilia.
Ilya.
We're gonna have to stay with Miss Ilya for a little bit, if that's all right.
Why? I like Ilya.
Oh, okay.
She makes the best, most freshest bread.
Oh, and what does Ire make? Okay.
Soup.
Enough pitying your old man. Let's go.
Zyre makes me happy.
Zyre's gonna do a little fist pump covertly.
Turn around fist bump.
Huh?
Do a little turn around fist bump action.
When? Okay. That was very sweet, Galol. Okay. Gonna kind of pack up,
All right.
and go talk to Miss Ilya, get that all arranged.
Yeah. So Ilya's house is quiet right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey Ilya.
Oh.
How are you doing?
Oh, hi, Zyre.
How are you holding up?
I'm doing all right. I'm
Oh.
still hoping he'll come back soon.
Well, me and Kodri just kind of got a lead on him, so we're gonna go
Oh?
check that out. So if you could watch Galol, maybe?
Well, of course, yes.
Okay. That would thank you, Ilya.
So you see, when you kind of came in, she was just sitting at the table, and as you mention a possible lead, you see her go over to her bread making area and begin start on another batch. She's been a little bit behind recently. Well, you may begin your work on heading that way, if you'd like. Anything else anyone would like to do? Does Kodri want to say bye to the parents? Or is that more trouble than it's worth?
Oh, Zyre wants to say goodbye to Galol.
Oh, well, you of course can say goodbye.
Well, but just I'm
Bye.
gonna have to mute myself as I have to eat, but it's very close.
What?
Yeah, you're
What Haley say?
bugging out a little bit. Well, Haley did a little bugging out.
Yeah.
Haley told me about you to mute.
Yeah, that's all I heard.
Yeah, I have to. Sorry, my so switching to mobile data. I have to go to the cafeteria before it closes. Otherwise, I don't get to eat.
Okay.
Oh, understood. Yeah, take
Yeah.
your time on that.
One thing I wanted to do.
Yes.
It was with the making of the boxes. I would like them to have like a kind of like a false bottom, where it's like if you inspected it, like where it's like you actually like tried to stick your arm all the way down into it, your arm would like go like only up to like halfway up the forearm, but like there would be like some like hay and straw in there to like.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was kind of describing with the
Okay.
So you have a small top where you can put whatever you'd like. You can put your metal bars on top. You can put nails, things that people wouldn't exactly want to dig their hands through.
Yeah.
But underneath those things is a platform with a hinge that can open up.
Yeah.
So you would have to remove whatever objects are on top in order to get whoever out. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
then I'm good.
Anything else for Zyre?
No.
All right. So, when it comes to travel, I'm going to be implementing a new system this time. This system, each of you guys have the option to submit a boon and a threat to me via DMs.
What do you mean threat?
A threat, as in a danger that could happen, something that your characters would not want to happen on your travels. A boon being something that they might like to happen. So you can submit them to me in pairs. One threat, one boon. As of right now, I create 4 threats. So this is essentially drawing from a hat of threats and boons of what could happen.
Threats and boons.
So If you guys would like, you can take a moment to think up some of those for me. On your way from Pendle through Oakhurst, through Brineport, and to Silverstone.
Okay.
So, if you have any idea where your character might shine, something could be a special enemy you're looking to fight, or maybe a sack of gold on the side of the road, even.
You give me money. I want
If you're extremely uncreative. I'm not sure if Haley heard the memo on this one, if she's still listening, but you may, of course, do that as well. But the threat doesn't need to be a specific enemy or anything like that. It could be just anything. Okay. Got one from Haley there. I'm taking that as a threat. And then,
I can't think of a threat. The big bad evil guy early.
You're like Mind Max.
so which one is the threat and which one is the boon?
The first one's the boon, the second one's the threat.
Okay. All right, so I am waiting for a threat from Aiden and a boon from Haley.
I'm sorry, I couldn't think of anything as
All right,
for threat.
I will definitely give you guys more warning next time.
Oh, I'm gonna have a list of these. I can just like DM you.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah,
Did you like Mind Max?
I loved it. Thank you.
Are you gonna implement them?
I want to know what yours was.
Of course, yeah. It's going into the pile.
Do you want to tell them what mine were, Max?
No, well,
If it comes up, what will you do?
Cry.
Honestly, yeah, probably, right?
maybe.
But I got you bagged.
My favorite thing ever is he had to ask which one's a boon and which one's a threat.
All right. Well, so we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, hold on. Am I missing one? Oh no, I'm missing Aiden's because he didn't actually give me a second one.
I give you a threat.
It was uncreative. Do not count it.
Okay. I couldn't think of anything.
Alrighty. Well, we are getting. Does it at least you make an arrangement?
No, that's not a boon, Max.
Okay, gotcha. Yep, that is definitely not a boon. That is most certainly a threat. All right. Well, with that threat out of the way, let me go ahead and now we have a little makeshift table that was all created by player input and fun. All right. Well,
Okay.
That is a total of 10 that we have there. So the more you input, or really, if everyone inputs, then there's less likely chance that you get a threat. As I have my 4 pre-created ones. And then every time you guys enter a boon, got a little bit of higher chance. All right. Wait, that's not a threat. That's a boon. All right. So, on your travels, you begin making your way southeast, through the wooded areas of Oakhurst. On your way, you encounter a small group of travelers making their way in this, I believe, the same direction as you, but they've pulled off to the side.
Are they a traveling group of lizards?
No, they are not. Instead,
Damn
they
it.
are seemingly a group of farmers, or a family, making their way into town with a crop. As you begin to pass them, you notice they're kind of all surrounding one person. And as you begin to make your way to them, they kind of flag you down.
I'll slow down.
All right. I'd assume that you'd be driving the wagon just preemptively to get your way to the gate.
Yeah. And so I'll stop.
Yeah. So as you hop out, a woman comes up to you. She says, "Would you please help? My husband has been hurt on our travels. I fell over a rock and seriously busted his leg."
What? I can help. Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
Sure, ma'am.
I can help. Where is he?
He's just over here, and you kind of see behind the wagon. The man has fallen onto the ground and has kind of been moved off of the road. He is in deep pain as you hear groaning, and like kind of tearing up around the eyes too, despite this kind of hardened look, calloused hands.
Darwin will walk up to him. Go. Okay, I can help. This might burn a bit. And I will mutter an incantation to myself.
All right.
And wherever the wound is, I will place my hand on it, and you'll hear a small searing noise as I
Okay.
cast Cure Wounds on him.
Yeah. So his groaning
And
briefly heightens for a moment, as you're creating this seal.
yeah, I'm kind of cauterizing the wound.
Yep.
And I pull away, and there's a small little like burn in where the palm of my hand was, but it briefly is there and starts to fade away quickly.
He kind of
There you go.
like after all the pain is over with, he kind of wipes his eyes, and you see him kind of like move his leg around on the ground until he stands right back up. He says, I don't know how to repay you, sir."
Oh, I don't need any. No, I'm good. I promise. It was my pleasure.
"Well, if you ever need help around these parts, we got a little farm just a bit north of Oakhurst. Feel free to stop by if you ever need anything. Thank you so much."
No problem, sir. I hope. Watch where you're walking in the future.
I definitely will. I'll be taking it easy.
Okay, and I'll just kind of like awkwardly walk away.
Yeah. So, after he kind of stands back up and seemingly doing okay now, he kind of, him and his wife and their child hop back into the wagon, and says, "Come on, we gotta pick up for lost time." They begin going a little bit of a faster pace than you guys, making their way towards Oakhurst.
Okay. Well,
All right.
sorry for getting us off track, guys.
No, you helped someone. Shame that.
Well, I'll hop right back up onto the wagon. I'll go, I guess we should continue on.
As you do.
And, as we're riding, in kind of like the awkward silence that is happening, you'll just, without looking back, you'll go, so, Zaire, just, was... I feel like I've been roped into something that's much more complex than I can understand at the moment.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that I quite understand it.
I just remember the words Crimson Court, Bleeding Bros,
Yeah,
Stone Curse, and some Isle? I picked up on keywords.
I picked up on even less.
Oh, okay.
Um.
Well, you guys have successfully made your way all the way to Oakhurst. Now, is there anything you'd like to do while you are here?
Have I ever been to Oakhurst before?
Have you made the trip to Silverstone before?
No, this would be my first time.
Yeah, it would probably be your first time in Oakhurst then. So you'd
Okay.
see the tavern and inn of the Griffin's Nest. Unfortunately, does not have
What was in Oakhurst again?
I'm sorry?
What was in Oakhurst again?
The Griffin's Nest. The tavern and inn, which has a hole in the roof where a griffin supposedly used to call home. Yeah, so you got that. Alongside that, there's also a general goods store, a general adventuring outfitting store. That is about it. Oakhurst is a very small town, without much significance to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we just continue on, I will just, again, in the odd silence that happens, just go, I'll just, without talking, he'll just say out loud, I'm not human either, right?
Oh,
No.
what
I
time is it?
mean, it's almost 9.
Okay, I'm gonna guess it. Sorry.
Okay, it's okay. He goes, well, I mean, I look human. I have this thing that happens in stressful situations.
Well, I'm green, so I won't judge.
Um, I I'm still learning how to use it. I can kind of um use it when I want to now. It's more like I can't like activate it whenever I want. It's not like a super cool ability that my god grants me. Just a thing that I like. It happens in the heat of battle, and
Do you mind spiting?
um, so I kind of transform a little bit. Um, I gain more animalistic features in ways. Um, the most noticeable thing you will see whenever this happens is my hair will turn stark white.
Well, you'll probably be right at home here.
Sorry, my mom walked in with the pup.
Do you like the pup?
Last time I went to
Oh, I love her.
Silverstone, I turned into a dog to hide.
Mog. I can barely see her because it's so dark in there and she blends in. Dog. Dog.
This is Echo.
Aiden has a dark cave which
I
he
do-
resides in.
Aiden, I want to see your void. Show me the void. Ooh, the dog. Oh, God. Hi, voidy.
Oh.
You're only 8 weeks old? You're so big.
No, she's not.
Oh, how old is she?
She's 6.
Oh, wow.
Anyways,
You
yeah,
took
no,
her
he
home that
says,
early?
yeah. Yeah, no, Darwin says his hair turns stark white and his skin, becomes very callous.
Interesting. Well, we all learned something fun today about Echo.
What about that about Echo?
Skin.
Skin?
I wasn't really paying attention. I'm so sorry.
No, that was me talking about Darwin. Echo's just, she's a pup. She's just doing
Well,
her own
that's
thing.
wild. All right.
She's just doing her own thing.
Well, now that you guys have arrived in Oakhurst, you may set off to Brineport, unless you have anything else. Which,
Oh, I assumed I was saying that on our road to Brineport.
Okay, gotcha. Well, as you guys continue on down the road to Brineport, we're just gonna do another roll here.
Roll.
Okay. Well, as you guys begin making your way to Brineport, you begin to see, in the direction you're traveling, that being east, towards the coast, you see a small blob in the sky. As you continue traveling, you have a bit of time to take it in, but it gets closer and closer and closer every hour that you're traveling, until eventually you see something flying directly overhead, a large wooden-hulled ship. Multiple sails sticking out to the side. Seems to be slowly drifting overhead, round about, I'd probably say 200 feet up. Not too high, but it's there. Flying just a bit to your right.
Darwin slows down the wagon, just kind of stares at the moment.
Kind of just continues floating. None of you have ever seen anything like this.
What is it?
What do you mean?
What are we looking at? I fell
The
asleep for
flying
a
ship.
second.
It is a giant flying ship.
It's a pirate ship, but in the air.
Schmidt.
How it's flying, nobody knows.
So it just continues floating directly overhead until it begins to pass by you and continuing its voyage through the sky further west.
I just kind of stare at it
Yeah.
as it passes by, and I just go, that is both terrifying and amazing.
That's bizarre.
Have you guys ever seen anything like that?
Not that I can think of.
I mean, I've heard of airships, but nothing like that.
You probably wouldn't have heard of airships.
I wouldn't? Okay, never mind then.
No one knows what the fuck is going on.
So just the fact that it's flying is insane.
Yeah,
Oh
the
god.
flying ship is just kind of there, going.
Does anyone else want to follow that instead?
I mean, we kind of have a duty, but we could check it out.
It's
But
heading
I
west,
need
right?
Yeah, it's heading west, the direction that you
Okay.
came from.
We'll make that journey after we have a
Alright.
new thing.
You go
I
check
need
it
to
out.
go, like, really soon, though.
Alright, well, we can just leave off. We can come back when you guys are in Brineport, and the whatever's going on there in the wake of this giant ship, which has been spotted off the coast.
Okay.
If that sounds good with you guys, I think we're gonna go ahead and call it here.
Yeah.
Alright.
This was fun, and I'm glad I am able to play Darwin.
I'm glad that we are back in
Was fun.
in the Ionis coast, and I look
I
forward
own
to
it.
Heck yeah.
looking
Sorry I
forward
was
to
I
muted
can be a
most of the time.
player again.
Nah, you're all good, man.
Kodri's back, the weird star druid.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I look forward to resolving so many unresolved plot lines that we had here, and yeah,
It's
exciting
we still need
stuff.
to run mine.
Yep, we
From
sure do.
Campbell.
And I need to start recording them again.
Yeah, I love how y'all are level